Welcome everybody back onto another episode of Building with Juxey. I am here collecting beds from this village because I don't want these villagers to stay here anymore. Because I am planning to bring life to a new city for them to live in, and I don't want them to live in here anymore. In the last episode, we built that copper mine over there. I think we can actually use the telescope, or whatever it's called, spyglass. It's a pretty fun build, and yeah, it was just pretty fun. Just took a lot of time getting all that copper because copper is really not that easy to get, actually. Fun fact, it's actually pretty hard because it only spawns in like surface level caves pretty much, and I didn't realize how hard that would be to find, but it's pretty hard. Yeah, so what I'm doing right now is I'm collecting all of these workstations and everything because I don't want these villagers to stay here anymore. I am building a desert kingdom here, and I kind of want to introduce life into it. And so by doing so, I want these villagers to move out of this area and into the buildings that I'm going to create in today's episode. Alright, I think I collected all of their workstations, or at least most of them. And over here, I kind of created a little mock-up of how I want this smaller type of townhomes in this desert area to look like. And honestly, I think I did a pretty nice job, and I like the way that I'm kind of building up the style. So basically what it consists of is just some raw sandstone, smooth sandstone, and where can I find it? And cut sandstone. And then I top it all off with this kind of castle looking top, but in some cases I've used some spruce fences. And over here I'm starting to use some reinforcements using signs, spruce signs, as on the corners to kind of give it a more robust look to it. And as you can notice, these villagers are starting to move in here. I actually traded all the way up to Toolsmith Master, and I'm able to get efficiency 2 for 24 emeralds, but by converting him to a zombie villager and curing him, I'll probably get that down to 1. And then over here, I'm kind of messing around with types of roads, and I think I landed on one that I'm going to be using throughout these types of close-knit homes. So it just consists of path block, grass, or the grass like plant, coarse dirt, gravel, and then these dead bushes. I think it works pretty well. And these houses are going to be used to house these villagers, and they're going to have their beds inside here, and I'm probably going to furnish most of them, I think, just because, interiors are one of those things where if you don't get them done, then they're kind of just going to be that one annoying thing that will kind of break the immersion of your world. So I think I'm going to get them done from the start. And yeah, so there's this guy. And he is my mending villager. So off camera between episodes, I removed the select and placed it down and so forth to finally get mending, and I traded all the way up to expert. I think there's one more level for him to go, maybe. Or no, I think he's at his top level because he's actually having that like emerald medallion. So it was unfortunate I couldn't get another book out of him, but I got this mending book, so once I cure him and everything, it'll be down to 1, and he just stays in this house, and he can't actually exit it, so because he is the most prized possession out here. And he also stays here like most of the day. He just stays in this window, which is pretty cool. So yeah, later in today's episode, I think I'm going to expand this area of the kingdom with some more sandstone houses. But moving on over to here, I have come up with a main road layout. So this road will go all the way to where you see that cobblestone. I'll show you that in a minute. And basically how the palette consists of is it's going to be this nice bluish gray road. I think it'll look pretty nice from afar, and also from a bird's eye view when you're flying into it. Yeah, it'll just look pretty nice. So what it consists of is it kind of combines these newer blocks together from 1.16 and 1.17. So it combines this basalt that you find in the nether, and then this deep slate and this deep slate coal by having that deep slate coal, it kind of reinforces the idea that these roads are kind of worn out and they kind of have potholes in them. And then I'm using this cobbled deep slate and its stairs and slabs to kind of give some more depth to the build. And then I'm also using this, I think it's just called smooth basalt. Yeah, I'm using that, and you can find those from geodes. So that's probably going to be the one block that I can't really find the most of. But then again, it's not really one of the primary blocks. The actual raw silk touch deep slate is going to be the main block. So I think it works pretty well. And then this part over here is going to be a lip, like a small little lip for you to move on to like this sidewalk area. And then there'll be like buildings being like housed over here, like on this block is where the buildings will start. So overall, we kind of have this 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think this is 7, 2, 4, 6, 8, or no, this is 9. So we kind of have this 17 wide road, like including the sidewalk, and I think that'll give enough immersion to where, wow, these roads are like really big, and this kingdom is going to be like really big. So I need the roads to kind of be massive, honestly. So I think that's going to be working well. The only issue is I have to decide whether or not I want the scaffolding beneath the roads to be either netherrack or cobblestone. And the reason why I have to do this is I may in the future go and do some sewer work, and I may have to and one of the primary blocks for the sewers will obviously be cobblestone, so I'll have to decide between netherrack or cobblestone. I think what I want to do right now is have netherrack for the road and then cobblestone for the sidewalk. But as we move over here, this road will eventually lead all the way to this cobblestone circle. This cobblestone circle has a radius of 47 and a diameter of 95. This circle is massive, and basically what it's going to house, let me eat my beetroot soup. It's actually pretty nutritious, not gonna lie. Yeah. Anyways, what this circle is going to house is it's going to house this really, really huge ziggurat, and it's going to be kind of the gem of this kingdom. It's going to be this massive build that you can see for like miles and miles away, and I think it would be really cool to have like 3 main roads leading all the way to it. So you have one main road, like that leads from there to here. Then you have another main road that leads from here to like all the way there, and then one that leads from, let me go to it, from over here to all the way out there. So these two, one here and then one on the other end, will be diagonal, and this one will just be straight. And I think it'll be a really cool aesthetic to have like all the main roads leading all the way to the ziggurat. And these roads will like stretch for like miles and miles away. So because this kingdom is going to be massive, I'm going to stress that idea. This kingdom it's going to take a lot of work, but it's gonna be really huge. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to collect some netherrack over there, and all of the blocks for that road I need tons of if I want to like kind of finish this road to where that circle is. So I'm gonna do some resource collection, and I'm going to get at least one sidewalk done, because I don't have as much cobblestone, so I think I'm going to only have materials for one sidewalk. But then after that we'll start building some houses and everything. Alright guys, it's been a few days and man, I've just been building and building and building and building over at the new kingdom area. And man, it looks good. Let me just harvest all this wheat because because I've just started a sheep farm and I want to breed some of the sheep. But yeah, you can already see the kingdom, but these builds aren't finished. But the builds behind that, whoo, those are very, like, man, I've just been building for the past 4 days and non-stop, like no breaks, no nothing, just pure Minecraft build. And yeah, you can already see it. Wow, I'm amazed at like how fast I've been able to build these things. Like, it just gives so much life to the area. You can see the iron golems. Alright, so let me go further into this area. Before you just saw me build this azalea farm, which is actually housed in this building here. But this is what the actual residential area is looking like. And man, it's really immersive. Like, these compact, really close-knit quarters with all these houses really make things really immersive. And these pathways just are really dirty. I tried to make them really dirty as compared to the main path over there. So I'm just using a combination of path block, coarse dirt, gravel, and this new block called rooted dirt, which I got from the wandering merchant. But let me sleep in here. Yeah, so I've been doing I just did a Twitch stream yesterday, and yeah, so I just went ham building on in this area, and you can already see that I've been using some copper and also some brick in my roofs. And yeah, just like, I don't think survival mode really gives it justice. Like, it's really immersive. That's all I have to say. This is what it looks like in spectator mode. And yeah, so over here, let me go back into survival. Over here is where I'm going to be oxidizing my copper. And in this building over here, this little warehouse type thing is going to be where my honey farm is going to be located at. And it's going to actually be here, and you can see I already have some plans of where the flowers of the honey farm is going to be. It's going to be on those blocks there, and those will just produce some honeycomb for me so that I can wax my copper so that they don't have to oxidize anymore. And then this building over here is actually going to be my storage building. You can already see that I have some chests over there, and I also have a cellar down here which I can also use for more storage things. But yeah, so my goal is to move all of the storage out here inside. By the way, this chest monster is huge. What else? Over here is a mason's house. So you have a stone cutter, and then you have a bed up here. And my goal for this area is kind of to incorporate village mechanics in with just a very aesthetically pleasing build. So I've moved all of the villagers from over there to here because I removed all of their beds and placed them in here. And yeah, so having villagers walk around and these iron golems walk around is much more immersive to me and doesn't make it seem as lonely, to be honest. So basically my plans for this area is also to have some more functional things underneath the facade. So in this building will be a sugarcane farm. It'll just go underground and there will be a sugarcane farm. And in this building is where the azalea farm is housed. I can just show you it. I haven't made a trapdoor just yet because if villagers walk down here, I have a fear of them falling into the lava. But yeah, so it's been working pretty nicely. Basically what you do is you place some bone meal in here, and then you start pushing blocks because this is a stone generator. So you just push the blocks. There's pistons here, and then there's an observer reading this block. So if it changes, then the bone meal triggers, and then the water flows after. So pretty simple, but just a cool little farm. And I've been using azalea leaves a lot because they don't actually change color based upon the biome, so they're always going to stay this lush green type color, even though they're located in a desert. So I think that's pretty cool. Over here, this is kind of a test build. I don't think it's going to stay, especially this terracotta thing. This looks pretty bad. But underneath it is going to be where my villager breeder is going to be located. I'll farm those gears later. And basically what will happen is the villagers will breed, and then there will be a channel for the villagers to flow through into this house, and then they'll be able to pop up through this house so that they're on the ground level and they can roam around the streets of the city. Yeah, so my goal here in this kingdom is kind of to add as much life as possible, whether it be through details on the street. You can already see the azalea, the dead bush, and grass, or by means of villagers and iron golems, as well as animals. Hello, villager trader llamas. Now, in this very beautiful house that I worked on in a stream, is going to be where my wool farm is, because trading wool for emeralds is a really easy early game method of getting emeralds. And honestly, wool farms are probably one of the simplest farms out there. It just requires a dispenser and a observer. So I think what my plans are for right now are to build as many farms as possible, just so that I get those quality of life things such as sugarcane for paper and wool for just decorations and stuff like that. So I'm gonna work on as many farms as possible, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so I have finished the sugarcane farm, and it's actually not that bad efficiency wise. It's already gotten 14 sugarcane, and it's been running for like all of 2 or so minutes. So basically how it works, there are 8 sugarcane on each side, and as soon as at least one sugarcane grows to 3 tall, then all of the pistons trigger, which causes all the sugarcane to collapse, and then they are collected by a hopper minecart down there, which goes underneath all of the sugarcane, which collects all of the drops. Yeah, it's super simple, and if I ever need more sugarcane, I can just expand it this way, just using each module. So shouldn't that be that hard to expand in the future, but right now I think it works just fine. So the next project that I want to work on is this honey farm, and this will also give me an excuse to actually finish this build. And what this is supposed to act as a copper warehouse. It's going to house like all of my copper, and over here is going to be the ground where all of the copper oxidizes. You can already see some of it is turning into, what is this block called? The weathered copper, and I think this is called the exposed copper. But yeah, so this is where I'm just going to place all my copper blocks and then let it oxidize over time. So the honey farm is actually going to be on the 2nd level, and I have a design that has 3 honey, whatever it's called, bee nests or beehives, in a 2, 4, 5 block span, and it's super simple. So I'm gonna work on that, and I might do a time lapse as well. I don't think so, because it's a super simple build, and I think I want to explain it to you guys. I just need to gather some materials, but I do have the bee nest somewhere around here. Yeah, it's in this one, and they all have 2 tags, so that's fine. So I'll be right back. And there we have it, a fully functioning bee farm. I've already produced a good amount of honeycombs so far. It's been running for just under 3 hours or so, and this is what we've been getting so far. So it will be enough to get some candles and especially wax some copper. But let me actually show the redstone part, because it is quite simple. Obviously, we take a comparator output from that beehive, and we have it in subtract mode, and we have a composter that's at level 4, and it has a comparator going outward, and that sends a signal of 4 into the subtraction comparator. These are symmetrical on both sides, and what that does is whenever this beehive is at level 5, then this comparator will turn on, powering this redstone repeater, which then powers this redstone. This observer sees that the redstone has changed, which means that this repeater triggers, causing this redstone to trigger, which then causes the dispenser to shear the honey to get the honeycomb. And I also worked on this roof bit. I can show that over here. We can actually do this at nighttime. I've also worked on the city a little bit, but yeah, this is what it's been looking like so far. I'm pretty happy with it, honestly. I liked using the texture of the stripped birch and the stripped planks, or just the birch planks, as well as having this dark oak accent there. I think it works pretty well, but so far this is complete, this honey farm. And the next thing to, let me actually sleep. The next thing to do is work on the last farm of the episode, and that is a melon farm. And here you can actually see some of the street work that I've been doing. Here's a little market stall, and over here is where I'm going to house the melon farm. It's just going to be a 7x7 2-tier farm, one tier for pumpkins and another tier for melons. So I'll first have to build the entire farm, and then I'll build a house around it. I'm starting work on it. However, I think I'm gonna tear most of this down because I just don't like the direction that I'm going with it, and I don't think it works with this a little rundown residential area. Another thing I've been working on is trying to get sheep from oh, there's a wonder trader, from that pen over there. You can barely make that out. And what I've been doing is luring them to here, and I've so far only gotten 3 because I've run out of iron. Because this type of sheep farm, oh yeah, I guess I should mention that I've kind of dug out this area underneath this sheep farmhouse. I kind of did that off camera. Should have mentioned that. Anyway, this type of sheep farm requires a minecart hopper, which takes a minecart and a hopper and shears. So that's around 17 iron for each pod, and then you have to multiply that by 16 because there's 16 colors in Minecraft. But so far it's been running for like an hour or so, and it's doing all right. Obviously it's not the most efficient farm out there, but it does the job. Another thing that I've been wanting to do is trade with these librarians now that I've gotten a steady supply of sugarcane. So let's come down here, see what we've got. All right, not bad. Let's go back up here. I should have a crafting bench down there just to convert it to paper easily. I guess I could make one. Actually, there will be one crafting bench out here. And then let's trade some paper with you. See what trades you give me. Oh, fire aspect 2. Not bad, not bad. That is actually not that bad of an enchant. We'll trade with the mending villager because that is the villager that I don't think I've leveled up here. Hello. Oh, I have leveled you up. Interesting. I don't recall that. Yeah, so I'm just going to be starting to collect some librarian villagers. And also, with the toolsmiths, you can get some pretty cool diamond tools for just cheap emeralds. Because very soon, all of these trades will be 1 emerald each. So it will be really easy to actually get those diamond tools. So I'm laying out the track for this melon farm here, and I'm trying to figure out where I want to actually have the disposal area to be at, the little drop off area, that's the word. And I think I want to, there's going to be a staircase leading up to this house, so I think I want to have it underneath this staircase, and then the player can like access it through like a door underneath the staircase or something. But yeah, I have to remember how to actually build one of these. I think I need a chest. So do I have yeah, I have a crafting bench right here. Let me actually make a double chest real quick. There we go. And I'll put the double chest like right here, and then we'll have a hopper that drops the items right here. Then we'll have a powered rail there. And I want to use netherrack for where I put all my redstone, just so I know. And then we need a comparator to come out of that hopper. And then it flips a redstone torch, I believe. So it flips that. And then I don't even need the redstone dust. Does that. Cool. And then we can fill this up with rails. And we can test this out. If I put a item in it, it'll stop. Perfect. Oh, baby. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? That is the building where my melon and pumpkin farm currently sits at. And I'm trying to kind of improve the depth of my cityscape. And I'm trying to add as much height as possible. And just the amount of depth that I've been able to do in today's episode alone. You can already see these 3 towers, 1, 2, and that copper tower over there. Just creates so much depth in your city and really creates a cityscape that makes it feel really urban and really packed through. But yeah, I'm using these pumpkin blocks here to kind of create some side paneling, and I'm also using some more textures such as the red sandstone and red sand to kind of go along with the pumpkin block. But this is the actual building where my melon and pumpkin farm are being housed. You can already see that I'm grabbing some melon slices from the farm up here, and then down here is another identical pumpkin farm, and I've been getting a few pumpkins, and this has been running for about half an hour or so, so I like to say that the drops are doing pretty well. But I have been experimenting with how to kind of end this building, and I think I've done it quite nicely. Just having those towers and these little roofs above these towers really improve the urban landscape that I'm trying to go with. And some other details that I'm also doing is adding some market stalls here, as well as some carpet awnings. It just improves how much it feels like a city in this kingdom. Now all I have to do is finish up these other 2 sides, and then I have to put windows, and then I should be all done with the house. That is what the actual pumpkin and melon farms now look like. I couldn't actually add any windows, though I did try, and the reason for that is that the windows will actually be on the side where you can see the like pumpkin and melon farms, and you'll see all those pistons and observers. But yeah, so that's not really a good sight to see. But this thing has been cranking out lots of pumpkins, and I've been just crafting up these melon blocks lately. And this will be useful in the future episodes. Let me clear out my inventory, because I think in 2 or 3 episodes, I don't know, very soon, we are going to be messing around with villagers and villager trading, and these melons and pumpkins are the basis for getting easy emeralds from those farmer villagers. But the amount of work I was able to accomplish in this episode is quite insane. I have started this road, I've started on these buildings over here. This episode has gone very well in my opinion. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for sticking to the end of the video. I really do appreciate it. If you want to support the channel even more, you know what to do. Leave a like and comment down in the video what I can add to this city. The city is already growing at such a rapid rate that there's going to be some areas where I don't know what to do with things. So if you want to stay active with my community, you can comment down below what buildings I should add to this already very fast growing city. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye and take care.